This is titled Marketing Your Landscape Business, but I'm going to change that around a bit. But everything I talk about is going to be applicable to whatever type of business you're in. Marketing is a massive subject. Took me 3 years postgraduate studies to learn a lot about the theory and implementation of marketing. So within 1 hour, we can't cover everything. So what I'm planning to do today is just give you some hints, some tips, and talk about some bigger concepts in marketing that are designed to challenge you today. Okay? All comfortable with that? Right. Can't guarantee this will change your business today, but let's see, maybe. So I don't want you to think that I'm one of those consultants that stand up here and spout about marketing and don't really do it, because I spend my life selling myself. And that's what I've been doing. My selling career started at the age of 13 in the school playground when I was selling football stickers for 10 pence each. And from that point onwards, I haven't stopped marketing and selling myself. I've got a business that specializes in helping people market their business. And I've created a market for that. I left employment in 1994 and set up the company that I have now. I've created a market. So I understand the position you're in. I understand that you need customers, don't you? Are we all agreed with that? Okay. Why do we need more customers? More profit? Yeah, why else? Because some of them are going to die, actually, aren't they? Right? Of 100 customers you lose, 1 dies. So you need to get new customers. So we'll think about how to do that today. So we're going to think about some theory, and we're going to do some practical stuff as well. And I do have some clients in the room here, but I won't point them out and embarrass them to you, just in case you're doubting some of the stuff I say. So that's me, really. But I like to be quite interactive. The door's over there, by the way. If you don't like interactive seminars, just turn to a person on your left or right or behind, whoever, and just ask them, what is marketing? Let's get some ideas going. Have we got a roving mic, by the way? Okay, just have a quick chat with the person next to you and ask them, what is marketing? Okay. Hello, Norman. There wasn't too much talking here. Let's ask Norman if he knows what marketing is.
Norman Hambrook Landscapes. It's all about communication. Full stop.
Right. Excellent. Thank you, Norman. Anyone else like to contribute to that?
Every aspect of the business.
Okay, tell me more.
Well, literally that, from the initial idea to the final sale to the aftercare.
Okay, excellent answer. Anyone else would like to contribute to that? Shall I pick on someone? No? Anyone else like to? No. Okay. Whenever I ask that question, thank you, by the way, guys. Whenever I ask that question, I get a whole variety of answers from communication, from advertising, from promoting your business. And you know, it's quite a confusing topic. Here's really what it is. The aim of marketing is to know and understand the customer so well that the product or service fits him and sells itself. Understand and know the customer so well. So the first question I have to ask you is, do you really understand and know your customer so well? Okay, you don't have to answer that one, by the way. I won't pick on any of you. But you know, marketing's really tough when we've got a product that people don't want. Okay? And I know because I've been there. I've worked for companies that have had products that, quite frankly, people don't really want. I'm not going to give you any names, by the way, here, because I don't want to get sued. But that was Peter Drucker, a well-known management thinker. Okay? But you know, that's management speak. I really like this solid academic definition of marketing from the Chartered Institute of Marketing. This is it. If you forget everything else today, I'm going to give you permission, but remember this. The management process responsible for identifying, anticipating, and satisfying your customers' requirements profitably. The management process responsible for identifying, anticipating, and satisfying your customers' requirements profitably. Okay, that's marketing. There's a whole lot of stuff in there that we can unpack. We haven't got time to do that. I also believe that marketing is about adjusting the whole activity of the business to the needs of the customer or the potential customer. In other words, it is a culture that we need to live within our business. Okay? Fundamental. It's a culture that I believe everyone in our business needs to buy into, needs to be concerned about, needs to think about. Whether that's the person that's answering the phone call, whether it's the person that's going around laying an Indian sandstone patio, whether it's the person on your till, okay? Whether it's your buyer. Every person in your business, I believe, needs to think about marketing. Okay? They might not have the responsibility for that, but they can have a contribution to marketing your business. Okay? So it's a culture. And as business leaders, it's your responsibility to create that culture in your business. Okay? Sorry about that pressure, but that's your responsibility to create that culture. Peter Drucker also said there's only one valid definition of business purpose, which is to create a customer. Okay, preferably a profitable customer. And that's the drive that should be within your business. I believe, I would say that as I'm a marketeer, that I believe as managers, as leaders in your business, your primary focus is to market the business. Okay, marketing is also a tactical sort of activity, and you might have heard of this before. We're not going to spend any time on this because it's terribly boring, really, but marketing is about configuring these 7 Ps to get competitive advantage. Product. What does a product look like? How is it packaged? Price. How are you going to price it? Are you going to price it low to gain market share? Are you going to price it high to skim some profits off initially? Place is about the channels in which you're going to sell it. Are you going to use a distributor? Are you going to distribute it yourself? Promotion is about how you talk to your customers or potential customers about what you're offering. Norman was right. Communication comes under promotion. People, the old-fashioned way of marketing was looking at just 4 Ps, product, price, place, and promotion. But we've updated a bit. You can get the product right, you can get the price right, you can get the promotion right, but if your people aren't right, forget it, don't you? All that effort put into marketing your business can be undone by the person that answers the phone, the person on the till, the person that goes in the garden to lay the patio. Hence why it's everyone's concern. Then we've got to get your processes right. How you manage the sale, your paperwork. And then we've got to get the physical evidence of your business right. It's got to look good. It's got to promote your brand. So, hang on, something's gone dead here. I believe that you need to go away from here and think about your orientation as a business. And there's various orientations you can have. The first one is you can be production-led or service-led. Henry Ford was a guy that was production-led. He was interested in the way you made the product. That's his thing. He was interested in assembly line manufacturing. That was his buzz. He wasn't so much interested in offering a range or choice of products, but he was interested in the way you did it. Does that make sense? So you could be interested in the way you operate your landscape business. You'd be interested in the way that you manage your retail business. Those things are important, of course, but it shouldn't be your primary focus. You can be product-led. The Japanese are very good at this. Do you remember in the 70s, the only car you could get with air conditioning was a Japanese one, wasn't it? It wouldn't have been a British Leyland one. The Japanese are great at taking a product and enhancing it. They were really into developing the product. Okay? You can be sales-led. Okay, I've worked for a company that was like this because we had product that people didn't really want. We had a fantastic sales team. We were brilliant. I'd like to think they were probably the best in the industry, but they needed to be because we had to work really hard to sell stuff. Okay? Get your marketing right, produce, offer, do what people want, and the selling becomes so much easier. You can be societal-led. Okay, that's probably going to be unlike most of you. I'm a director of a charity that is societal-led. Our prime focus is to improve society for young people in and around Woodbridge. That's our orientation. My belief is, though, of course, as a business, you need to be marketing-led. You need to be led and driven by what your customers want. Okay? Let's hope you are. I'm not going to ask the question as to whether you are or not. But you see, that might take a long time to change that focus within your business. But start from today, and it will pay dividends. Okay, marketing is about helping us compete successfully. And do you know what? If we want to compete successfully, we've got to be unique. Okay, I thought I'd show you a picture of my son. That's a joke. That isn't him. Okay, your business needs to be unique. I think your business needs to be special. And I think your business needs to be different as well. So you need to be unique, special, and different, particularly in an overcrowded marketplace. Would you agree that it's quite overcrowded? Of course it's overcrowded because we live in a free market democracy which encourages more competition. Okay? And, like it or not, it's going to get more competitive for you. Sorry about that, but that's the downside. So in a competitive marketplace, you need to be unique, special, and different. Let's have a look at a company that is unique, special, and different, shall we? Southwest Airlines. Anyone flown on them? Okay. The first low-cost airline in the States to create that low-cost business model that the likes of Ryanair and EasyJet are modeled on. Let's have a quick look at why they're unique, special, and different. And that should play now, hopefully.
Good evening, folks. Welcome aboard Southwest Airlines Flight 372, service to Oklahoma City. Those of you that have flown us before know that we do things a little bit differently here on Southwest. Some of us tell jokes, some of us sing, some of us just stand there and look beautiful. I, unfortunately, can do none of those. So here's the one thing that I do know how to do. We're going to shake things up a little bit. I need a little audience participation. Otherwise, this is not going to go over well at all. So here's what I need, especially you guys in the front because you know what's coming. All right, I need a beat, all right? All I need you to do is stomp and clap, and I'm going to do the rest because I've had 5 flights today, and I just cannot do the regular boring announcement again. Otherwise, I'm going to put myself to sleep. So, you guys with me? All right. So give me a stomp, clap, clap. Come on, stomp, clap, stay on beat there. There you go. Keep that going. This is Flight 372 on SWA. The flight attendants on board serving you today. Teresa in the middle, David in the back. My name is David, and I'm here to tell you that shortly after takeoff, first things first, there's soft drinks and coffee to quench your thirst. But if you want another kind of drink, then just holler. Alcoholic beverages will be $4. If a Monster Energy drink is your plan, that'll be $3, and you get the whole can. We won't take your cash, you gotta pay with plastic. If you have a coupon, then that's fantastic. We know you're ready to get to new places. Open up the bins, put away your suitcases. Carry-on items go under the seat in front of you, so none of you have things by your feet. If you have a seat on the road with the exit, we're gonna talk to you, so you might as well expect it. You gotta help evacuate in case we need you. If you don't want to, then we're gonna reseat you. Before we leave, our advice is put away your electronic devices. Fasten your seatbelt, then put your trays up. Press the button to make the seat back raise up. Sit back, relax, have a good time. It's almost time to go, so I'm done with the rhyme. Thank you for the fact that I wasn't ignored. This is Southwest Airlines. Welcome aboard.
How do I get? Can we get back to? Great. Okay. Southwest Airlines, in an overcrowded marketplace, they are unique, special, and different. You might not want to fly on Southwest Airlines after seeing that. There's a shed load of people that do want to fly on Southwest Airlines because they're a little bit more original, a bit more fun, and a bit more funky. So what they've developed is a unique selling proposition, a USP. You've heard of that term before. Okay, but it's underused in marketing. If you want to be good at marketing, you need a USP, a unique selling proposition, something that you have that your competitors do not have. Something that you have that your competitors do not have. But you know, it must be valued by your customers. Okay, that's really important. So I could say, for example, I'm the most funniest consultant there is in the marketplace. Don't think I am. But that's only a USP if my customers value that. Everyone with me? Okay. So we need a USP that our customers value. So hence, we're back to finding out and talking to our customers about what they value. And do you know what? As you create a USP and as you start communicating your USP as a business, your competitors might follow your actions. Okay? You should be really pleased if they do, because that's great news, because it means you're doing something right. And imitation, after all, is the highest form of flattery. And do you know what? If your competitors copy what you're doing, that's going to push you to go to the next level, isn't it? Is that right? Okay, good. Isn't it Margaret Thatcher that said competition was good for us? I think that's about the only sensible thing, in my opinion, that she said, but we can debate that later on. So, your business needs a unique selling proposition. This is where I pick on people. Norman, what's your USP? Can we have that again?
40 years experience.
Fantastic. That is a USP that is really difficult to copy, unless you're another landscaper who is X number of years old. You don't need to say how old, Norman. Okay, that's a great USP. Would anyone else like to volunteer what their USP is? Okay, you challenged. You need a USP, a unique selling proposition that is valued by your customers. Norman, do they value your 40 years of experience?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, great. So, question is, have you got a USP, or do you know it? Okay? All you need to do at this stage is shake your head if you're not sure what your USP is. Here's the question. Do you know what your USP is? Okay, great. Some of you do, some of you don't. Go back and create one. Okay. Who's that guy? Anyone know who that is? Steve Jobs. Excellent. Well done. You're an Apple man, I can tell. Okay. Do you know what? If we're going to create a USP, if we're going to create a marketplace that is sustainable for us, marketing is about understanding your customers' needs and wants. So we must research what our customers' needs and wants are. Unless, of course, you're Steve Jobs. Let's hope we've got some budding Steve Jobs in this room. But this guy's bright. This guy launches products without doing any market research. He has an intuitive feel for what the market needs. Doesn't do any research. All the Apple products launched without research. He has an intuitive understanding of what the market needs. Hence why there's a great debate in the financial papers you might have been reading about the impact of Steve Jobs resigning from managing Apple. Okay. Now that's a difficult skill to pass on. It's a difficult attribute to attain. But if we haven't got it, I believe that we need to do some market research. You need to talk to your customers. If you're landscaping, you can do an exit survey at the end of the job. How did you hear about us? How do we perform? If you're retailing, you've got wonderful opportunities to find out exactly how your customers are thinking. You don't have to be so formal. Just spend time in your customers' presence, talking to them as much as possible. Okay? That's all good information. And do you know what? You might hear stuff that you don't like. That's fantastic. You might even hear complaints, but complaints are brilliant. Why are they brilliant? They tell us what's wrong with our business. So do some research. Often, companies find marketing not working because they're marketing a product that their customers don't necessarily want. Okay, I think you also need to understand these three wonderful words, which are features, advantages, and benefits. And as I go round the country, doing work with garden centres and landscapers, very few people understand features, advantages, and benefits. A feature describes the product. That feature gives an advantage. That advantage gives the consumer a benefit or an outcome. And we're interested in outcomes. Your customers want outcomes. What is the product going to do for them? Has everyone got that? Feature, it describes a fact about the product. That fact or feature gives us an advantage, which gives the customer a benefit or an outcome. What's in it for them? You must be aware of the features, advantages, and benefits of your products or services. And too often, marketing doesn't work because people talk about features too much. Okay, so we know we've got this. Let's have a look at this. My car is a diesel car. There's your feature. It's a fact about the product. My car is a diesel car. It's the fact about the product. That gives me an advantage, which is more miles per gallon. There's the advantage, which gives me a benefit, which is saving money. Brilliant. Have we got that? Feature, advantage, benefit. There's the outcome. That's what I'm interested in, is saving money. Feature, advantage, and benefit. You've got to understand that language when you're marketing and selling your product or service. You've got to understand what are the benefits in dealing with a company that's been in existence for 40 years. Okay, you've got to communicate those benefits to the consumer. You've got to communicate the benefits of them having a new landscape garden. What's it going to do for them? What are the outcomes? Everyone got that? Okay, features, advantages, and benefits. We need to communicate those. Okay, once you've established your point of difference, once you understand your features, advantages, and benefits, we need to communicate them. And there are a whole range of ways that we can communicate. We can get on the door and knock on people's doors and tell them about our business. We can do a little advertorial in the local paper, if you like, and get your suppliers to pay for it. We can do press releases. Press releases are really good, by the way. They're really effective. People love them because they believe a press release more than they believe an advert about your business. We could do traditional advertising in papers, yellow pages, whatever. We can use billboards. We can get the graphics right on our vehicle. Oh, hello, I'm getting too excited here. Do you know, here's one thing you can do. You could send the garden a birthday card. That's what we've done with a client in Ireland. Okay. A year after he's completed the garden, off goes a birthday card to the garden with some tips in there how to look after the garden. Okay. Communication. It's a point of difference. Isn't that cool? Here's a really good one we've done as well. That's what we do. No, it's applicable to if you're landscaping, not if you're retailing, sorry, but think through the ideas. Here's a really good thing we do. This is a door hanger. Working in the area, okay, put these on the local doors. Run through the letterbox. Oh, what's that? Okay, here we are. We're working in your area. Sorry if there's any inconvenience calls, but this is our telephone number. It's innovative. You're communicating. Okay? Great ways to communicate. Here's another one. Anyone want to tell me who the patron saint of gardening is? Semfika. I never knew that until I researched it. So here we go. Happy St. Fika's Day. Goes out to all your potential customers on St. Fika's Day in August. You've missed it this year. But so we can communicate in a variety of ways, through our website, through personal selling, through press releases, through advertising, however you want to do it. I want to challenge you a bit more to communicate and using some more of the modern ways. And I'd like to think about social networking. Okay, who's on Facebook here? Hands up, you're on Facebook. Great. Okay, who tweets? Okay, who's on LinkedIn? Okay, who's got a YouTube video posting? Right, okay, you might not need to tell us what it is, but that's okay. Right, okay, not many of you. Social networking has come from nowhere. 10 years ago, I didn't have a clue what Facebook was. I just about knew what Bebo was because my daughter was on Bebo and sort of instant messaging her friends and arranging their social life. But I didn't have a clue. But I've become, well, maybe almost anorexic about it. Perhaps hooked, if you like, become convinced of the need to get into social networking as a modern way of communicating. And it's based on that idea of 6 degrees of separation, that we're never more than 6 handshakes away from anyone else in the world. You've heard that, haven't you? Okay. My wife and I have countless debates and arguments over this, largely over a bottle of wine. She says it's quite a simplified idea. But in theory, we're never more than 6 handshakes away from anyone else in the world. That's what social networking is based on. But why is it going to be important for your marketing mix? Because we've got 500 million users and growing on Facebook. Okay? We've got the new Google social media product being available now or soon. And they're going to do a great job. We've got 50 million tweets a day. Phenomenal. I haven't tweeted yet, so maybe that number's a bit lower down. We've got 70 million users on LinkedIn. We've got 14.6 billion videos on YouTube watched in May alone. Okay? That's why it's important in sheer volumes of people using these social networking tools. Okay? Now you might want to say, okay, 14.6, they're not going to be my customers, but I bet you there'll be some of those that could be your potential marketplace. Let's see how we can use it in...
Hi, welcome to the nursery yard here at Lakeview. And today I want to show you one of my favorite trees. This is a purple leaf plum, and it's absolutely spectacular because it has beautiful red foliage all summer long. The advantage to this tree is it gets pink blossoms first thing in the spring, and it's medium height, matures at about 20 feet. This tree has a 3-year guarantee with it, so you can plant with confidence.
Okay, notice she's using benefits there. Plant with confidence. Fantastic. You know, very simply done with a home video. Load it up. Your customers could connect into that. Okay? They could see a YouTube video about a garden being built. They could see a YouTube video about you planting up a hanging basket. This is quick, easy to do. Okay? You don't need, you know, a degree in IT. You need a 13-year-old. That's all you need. Okay? Get a 13-year-old working in your business. If you've got a son or a daughter, buy them a decent video camera and get them to do it. They will love it. Okay? That's powerful. Look at this. It's a Facebook page that looks like a website, doesn't it? Okay. This is the British Medical Union jobs page. Fantastic. Look at this. Smirnoff. Unbelievable. This is only one of the Smirnoff pages. I visited a page recently that had 1.5 million likes. 1.5 million people in the UK liking Smirnoff. Certainly feels like that in Woodbridge on a Friday night, I can tell you, when the pubs are overflowing with 16-year-olds. Anyway, don't get me on that. Smirnoff. I liked this page after watching the TV and seeing a Smirnoff ad and seeing the Facebook address at the bottom instead of the web address. So I went straight on. I thought, what's that about? No web address. Look at a lot of advertising. Get home tonight after the seminar. Start looking at the TV and you will be realizing that a lot of adverts don't have the web addresses on anymore. They have the Facebook page on. Why? Because you can interact with your customers. Hi. These guys behind at the back have got a great Facebook page. Okay? Because you can interact with your customers. They can communicate. They can give feedback. You can send them offers. You know, I eat a lot of Prezzo's. Anyone familiar with Prezzo's? Chain of Italian restaurants? Quite low cost, you know, but good quality. But, you know, I'm eating there 2 meals for a tenner because of the Facebook vouchers. It's working. You know, and I'm into marketing and I'm falling into this trap, if you like. So, think about Facebook. But don't take my word for it. Take the lovely Randa Yezak, who owns Student in America, but also owns a company called Southern Jewels. Check her out. As of Sunday, she had 17,263 fans. Okay, I was the 17,263rd fan. 2-year-old business. She's doubled online sales using Facebook. But actually, why wouldn't you be a fan when she looked like that, actually? So, but that's another thought. But it's working. It's working for people like Randa. Okay, why are we going to use social media? Well, small business using social media, the expensive yellow pages, radio and paper advertising, and you can reach targeted consumers. That's the beauty about it. If you get people liking your Facebook page or whatever, you can connect it with your web page. So it's another vehicle by which people can come across your web page. But you can get customers on there that like what you're doing. Targeted. It's the easiest and most visible way to promote a business. 1 million small businesses have Facebook profiles. So it's really important for you to consider. This is great. If any of you know Heather Gorringe from Wiggly Wigglers, go onto her website. That will show you how she's using IT. She has podcasts. Brilliant podcasts that are explaining about her business. What a fantastic website. But again, using IT and more creative ways of communicating and getting the message across about your unique selling proposition. But, you know, I mentioned to you at the start, over half an hour ago, that, you know, marketing is a complex and it's a pretty involved science, if you like. But when we distill it down to its core activity, it's really simple. So simple. And your marketing, I believe, needs to be focused on one of 3 things, or 2 of 3 things, or maybe even 3 of 3 things. It's up to you. I'm worried about focusing on all 3 because that could be complex. But you can focus your marketing on increasing new customers. Okay? We mentioned you do need new customers because you're going to lose some. Do you know what? 63% of your customers are lost because of an attitude of indifference by someone in your business. That's interesting, isn't it? Is that challenging? Think about it. 100 customers you're going to lose. Of the 100 you lose, 63 are going to be lost because someone hasn't cared or hasn't bothered. All that effort you've put into marketing is knackered overnight because someone hasn't cared or hasn't bothered. So, you can focus your marketing on increasing new customers. But, you know, getting new customers in is hard. It's a tough old call, isn't it? If you've tried. It's really difficult. Do you know, the second hardest is increasing your customer frequency. Getting your customers to come back more often. But look at the power in your business of increasing customer frequency. Just think for a moment of the impact upon your business by getting even 20% of your customers to make one extra visit to you a year. Or maybe if you're a landscaper, it won't be every year, but getting your customers to buy from you every 5 or 10 years. But just think that through. Think about your customer base. You should know how many people are buying from you each year. Just think that through. Look at the power of your business in getting those guys to come back in and spend once more. Isn't that phenomenal? So instead of them coming in every month, get them to come in every other week. Okay? That's hard. You're going to need things like loyalty programs, refer a friend. You might need a lot of offers, a lot of communication. Why should they come back? You might need events. Okay. So, but the easiest way to grow your business and the easiest focus is take your existing customers and get them to spend more each time they're with you. Okay? So when you're building a garden for them, up the sale. You're already there. They already love you if you're doing a good job. They're going to be easier. It's going to be easier to sell them an extra 2, 3, 4, 5 grand. If you're a retailer, they're already there. We know they might be spending somewhere between 15 and 20 pound when they come in. Think of that. Focus your marketing on increasing the average transaction value or the basket spend. That's the easiest way to grow your business. If you want a quick win from back today, go back to your business, do some marketing that gets your existing customers to spend more with you. You'll get a quick win. Okay? Those are the only 3 ways that you can focus your marketing. Does all that make sense? Pretty simple, isn't it, really? There's one other thing you can do to grow your business, and that's cut your costs. That's not sustainable. And I believe that any costs that are saved should go back into marketing on one of those 3 things. And if you want to know how much you should be spending on marketing, well, that really depends upon how old your business, where we are in the life cycle of your business, but generally speaking, British SMEs, small and medium-sized enterprises, which probably most of you in this room are, which is a turnover of under 50 million, okay, and under 50 employees, an SME. SMEs spend anywhere between 1.5% to 3% of sales on marketing. So that's how much you should be thinking about spending. That depends upon your ambitions and the age of your business and your growth plans, of course. But in some ways, it can be very simple. Does marketing work? Yes, I've lost my Costa coffee cup. Someone's cleaned it up. Do you remember when you were ill as a child and mum would nip down to the local supermarket? You wouldn't call it convenience store in the 70s because they weren't very convenient, i.e. they weren't open very long and the service was poor. But, you know, she'd get you a bottle of Lucozade. Do you remember that? Okay. We drank it when we fell ill, didn't we? Sales were going down, flatlining, if you like, on Lucozade because we only associated it with a product that we drank when we were ill. Look at it now. Okay? That is marketing. Okay? We find out what our customers want. So in this case, young people want a sports drink that helps them perform well on the football field. Get a couple of trendy footballers like David Beckham to use it. Job done. You've created a new market. Marketing really works. So the last bit of theory I'm going to leave you with, and then when we might take some questions. Anyone heard of Ansoff? Anyone heard? Ah, well done. You've got an MBA, haven't you? Top man. Recognise this from your studies? Sorry, we'll get you the mic.
Asloff is a great strategist who has created this. And market penetration is how to get into the market.
Yeah.
Product development is how to develop the product. Market development is like recognize where is the new market.
Yeah.
And diversification is like if you're in loss, just get off the market.
Brilliant. It's fantastic. Maybe you should have been doing this seminar. Thank you very much for that. This is a matrix developed by a guy called Ansoff, and thank you for that summary, great summary, which shows you the 4 strategies you can have in the marketplace. Okay? Quite simple. I don't know if we've got a pointer here. Have we got a pointer? Yes, we have. Right. We can take our existing products and sell them to more of the same types of customers. So if you're landscaping and your target customer is 55-year-old females, okay, we can just find more 55-year-old females to sell to. If you're a garden centre and your target customer is couples in their 60s, we just find more couples in their 60s to sell to. Does that make sense? Dead easy. Low risk. Because we know the market likes your products, you just got to find more people. Everyone got that? Okay. If you don't want an exciting ride, go for this one. It's a great strategy, though. You just find more people of your core customers to buy your product. Another thing you can do is do this one. Okay? You can think about, okay, here's my market. We've got 55-year-old women that like landscaping. What else do I think they might like? And develop a new product portfolio to sell to them. Okay? So it could be, I'm not sure what it is. I don't know too much about 55-year-old women. But you got the idea, haven't you? If you're a garden centre, you could add another product category into your mix that sort of goes alongside gardening. That's medium risk. Are the customers going to like it? What about if they don't buy? You're going to get left with a load of stock. So that's called product development. Where's my pointer here? Okay, there we go. Medium risk. Then we can take our existing products and we can find new markets for them. So if you're a landscape maintenance company dealing with the domestic market, you could say, right, you know, we're really good at landscape maintenance, we're pretty efficient, we could go for the commercial market. Everyone got that? Taking the same product, we're finding new customers. If you're a retailer and your customers are 60-year-old couples, you could think, I'll tell you what, you know, I reckon 30-somethings would like our garden centre, particularly if we made a few changes. Okay? Sell it to new types of people. And that's medium risk. But if you want a roller coaster of a ride, you could diversify and do something completely different. I did that once. I saw my wife asked me to go and buy some continental chocolates from this shop in Woodbridge, which was really poncy. Does anyone know Woodbridge? It's like it's up market and it's full of sort of trendy boutiques and stuff like that. I'm not that trendy, by the way. And there was this poncy chocolate shop that I'd never been to before in my life. And my wife asked me to go in there to buy some chocolates for her mother. So I went in there, got talking to the lady. I said, this is a nice business. Would you like to sell it? Guess what? She said yes. So I said, I'll be interested. So I came home, wrote her a letter, and said, when you're ready to retire, give me a shout. We ended up buying a continental chocolate shop, and then we bought 2 more on the top of that. That was diversification. We're doing consultancy to garden centres, landscapers and nurseries, and I end up mortgaging my home 3 times and buying 3 chocolate shops. It was profitable. We've sold them. But it was risky. Everyone with me? I'm moving out of my comfort zone. You know, I knew about customer service. I knew nothing about chocolates. I didn't even know how to operate a till. Crazy. Diversification. It could have gone completely flat. But if you want a roller coaster of a ride, do that. Okay? I might suggest to you that maybe now's not the time to diversify. But I'm not giving that to you with a recommendation. Okay. So, those are the 4 things, or the 4 marketing strategies you can have. You'll be pleased to hear that we're coming to the end. And let me summarize that I believe in your business you need to create a marketing culture, that everyone needs to buy into this. Person on the till, person answering the phone. You need to get your orientation right as a business. That is, you need to be marketing-led primarily. Yes, of course, be concerned about how you make things, how you deliver a service, but your prime focus should be marketing-led. I believe that you need to get to know your customers' needs, and that means we need to talk to them. We need to research. Spend time with them. I believe that you need to know your USP. If you don't know it, create one. Get back. Have a brainstorming session with your key staff, with your other half, with your partner. Okay? Get a bottle of wine out and say, darling, what is our USP? Think it through. Work it out. I think you've got to understand features, advantages, and benefits, and you have to communicate those to your target market. I think actually it can be quite simple. Don't overcomplicate it. On there, I should have added, be creative. You know, St. Fika's Day. Great, it's imaginative. Maybe have a bit of fun. Here's some guys I know quite well. When I had the chocolate shops, we used to join together with a joint promotion at Christmas. They had wine, I had chocolates. We used to take over the director's suite at Portman Road. Those of you that know football will know that Ipswich Town play there. Overlooking the pitch, great. Okay, but look at their marketing. They made it personal. It's fun. They've got caricatures of them on their invite. Not everyone's cup of tea, but it works for them. So keep it simple and be creative. And finally, be sure of your strategy. Remember, Ansoff here. Market development, product development, diversification. Okay. Thank you. That's it. Oh, I wasn't expecting a round of applause.